Okay, this is AccessA 2, and we're going to talk in this lecture about how to create a database and how to create a table. Now I want you to realize that before you start into creating an Access database, you need to do a little thought. You need to take some time to think about what kind of things you're going to be doing with the data you're entering, and what kind of things you might want to do with the data after you've got it in the table. So let's think about how to design it. We're going to talk about as far as when you're looking at it, you start with a blank database, but you're going to look at the tables, and you're also going to look at the data sheet view, which is basically looking at it so it looks like an Excel spreadsheet. So there's data types that you're going to be putting into these tables. You've got short and long text, you've got numbers, date, time, currency, you've got auto number, yes, no, the object linking and embedding such as an Excel spreadsheet or Word document, hyperlinking. You can add an attachment to the database, you can do calculations based on fields in another table, and you can have a lookup wizard where it will display a drop-down list of entries that could go into that field, and you can pick the correct entry. So there's various different ways to add data into a database table, and these are all different ways. That's on the bottom of Access page 7. So the essential tasks you need to think about when you're creating a table: you need to define the fields that you're putting in that table. You're going to pick data type for each one of the fields. You're going to name the table, and you're going to determine how the table is going to participate in the relational database of your whole Access database. What's going to happen as far as how it's going to communicate and what kind of things might need to be done. Like I said earlier, you may want to create a customer database, sales databases, salespeople databases, things like that, and then have the communication between the two databases, have it so you can pull reports from all the components. Now there's specific terminology that's used in Access databases that is mentioned at the bottom of Access 9, and here's a copy of that table. It's there. Field, record, key field, table, relational database, and object. A field is an area where data fits. It's like a little square, or in the database it's a list of characters that fit into a certain size field. A record it's a group of related fields that describes a person, place, thing, or transaction. In other words, it'd be like a row in an Excel spreadsheet where it talks about specific things that are listed in that row. A key field is a field that contains unique information for each record, such as a customer number, or if you have the Access database, generate a user ID number as you're putting them in. Table is a collection of records for a signal subject, such as customers, products, sales. Like I was talking about before, it's a table. It's all the records for that category. A relational database is when you have multiple tables that are linked together to address a business process, such as managing tours, sales, and customers at Quest Specialty Travel. As far as what we were talking about, as far as managing salespeople's sales and their regional areas. And objects are part of the Access database that help you view, edit, manage, and analyze the data tables, queries, forms, reports, macros, and modules. And that's the end of this lecture.